The original Sony PlayStation was my true babysitter back in the day when I still could have been saved from becoming a miserable loner. I mean, sure, you could just be an absolute bitch of the human species as my peer and tell me how you survived the 90s and managed to make your life count. Then again, I admit, I'm a master of being a whiny mock of a man by the standards of the dysfunctional Western world that'll never admit its role in my downfall. And sure, one idiot could look at my content and think as if I was purely using my autism as a trump card or something. But that's just one more proof of my point. I've already done more than enough to earn what other people just get handed to in life. Yet even the r/Asperger's on Reddit thinks I'm being overdramatic at times. I mean, where the f*** is the line between the responsibility of an individual and the responsibility of the goddamn community that keeps shitting on them anyways? The American conservatives base their standards on bottling their feelings up and then using that as an excuse to stomp on their moral superiors. But other than that, I really don't give a shit, as the Democrats aren't much better. No party, no matter the country or continent, cares about the real issues people face every goddamn day in their lives, unless it can buy them some votes. And even when a publicly recognized issue is politically lucrative to address, they only focus on short-term political wins instead of addressing the fucking issue for the long term. And no, capitalism clearly isn't the cure to everything, as it only enables underregulated lunatics to ruin things for everyone else in exchange for a quick buck. But back to the fucking PlayStation, which ironically was brought to light thanks to capitalism, such as this demeaning way of doing YouTube content in a lack of better alternatives. Sure, one could think that having spent too much fucking time on this console would have turned me into an absolute alpha king among the 90s kids. But it's not that simple. I should have had spent a ton of time playing what was popular like Crash Bandicoot or Spyro. But instead, as always, I only got to get good at what most people don't give a fuck about, which is the game you're seeing in this video. I mean, fuck. As soon as my remaining copy of this game dies, so dies one of the pillars of what made me what I am. And getting a PS1 game run on an emulator has been fucking impossible to me. EA, which frankly stands for Electronic Assholes these days, don't really give a damn about keeping these good old classics available like Nintendo. My favorite NFS game so far has been the PS2 version of Need for Speed Hot Pursuit 2. I mean, that title got everything right. The graphics were solid, the sound effects were brilliant, and the whole experience so damn addictive. But of course my fucking PS2 had to stop reading the fucking discs later on, and way later I bought a PS3 in hopes of getting to play my PS2 titles again to no avail, as it conveniently didn't happen to be backwards compatible with PS2 games. I mean, even Sony just had to join whoever the has kept me down all these goddamn years. But anyways, not being familiar with the games that people actually played when I was in elementary school, like Crash Team Racing, Mario Kart 64 and whatnot, is just another thing that's locked me out of any sense of belonging. I mean, if time machines existed, I would go back and change way more things than I can explain in a video. It's not just the autism that absolutely f***ed me for life. And even if I stopped whining using this stupid AI voice right now, there still wouldn't be anything resembling those gaming hangouts people used to have at the turn of the millennium. So at first, I was locked out of everything thanks to my parents living in a fucking countryside. Then Steve Jobs came and installed an additional lock by popularizing smartphones to a degree of making everyone stare to their phones in their online enclaves. So not only was I not equipped to socialize with my peers when it could have been easier, the smartphone era since the late 2000s was the final you move towards my prospects to anything beyond this eternal lamenting on social media. Yet somehow you were supposed to just get up and live for the upcoming decades, even if you're already in your mid-30s and wondering how the not to end your life prematurely out of the anxiety of being left out of everything. Anyways, if you happen to be a super hacker who somehow finds out who I am and what I sound like for real, prepare to meet an obese dude with a baby face collecting disability checks in Finland. Naturally, I do have a history of being friend-zoned, as I'm apparently so much worse than a drug dealer who's regularly breaking laws. Or if you want to take it less bitterly, the kind of romance that I think I'd fucking deserve is just out of fashion. You know, as if birth rates weren't low enough already. I mean, sure, give me a time machine and I'll go to an era where I can fucking shine once and for all. Sure, I might be able to upload videos and all that as of now, but so do lots of overrated assholes with a fucked up audio, bad editing, and all that amateur stuff that makes a media assistant graduate like me scream internally. Oh, sure, I could have made quote-unquote better choices in terms of studying and all that, but none of that fucking matters as long as the other parts of my life keep sucking so bad that I could hardly keep a job, let alone apply to multiple jobs in hopes of not having to suck the blood of the system. I mean, have any of the decision makers in any part of the world thought of the possibility that some people are just so goddamn lonely that if they can effectively live off the system, they'd rather just do that instead of being around people and constantly getting reminded of their failure to find friends and love? I doubt, because most people are fucking idiots.